Unknown. I'm gonna ask Rangy the question, not you. I don't want to see DBS from you. Rangy, two questions for you. First of all, the lady who spoke earlier, Open Heart, do you know who she is? From her voice, from her accent? And secondly, I asked you specifically for DBS. I don't want to ask HX, Adam, nobody else. I've asked you. You didn't produce it. Why?
Right, so let me answer everybody this now. Firstly, I go to the number 2 side of it, where he's talking about I need to provide it to him. No, he needs to sort himself out. You're not my judge. You brought it on a panel where the Muslim brothers were all there. I'm very open with this, and they all said, look, Rangy, why don't you get a DBS? I said, okay, no problem. I don't need to bring it to you, even though you were there as well. You said it. I've got it, I've supplied it, it's on public. Unknown Bez, he knows about it, he's seen it. What more do you want me to do? Bring it to you? You had that opportunity, my brother. I offered this to you to speak to me. But what you kept saying on public media is calling me out. This is what you did. You kept saying, why isn't Rangy coming on here? I'm calling him out. Oh, but who are you to call me out on false allegations? And what kind of a nonsense is this?
Okay.
For clout.
That's he wants clout.
My
That's what
first
he wants.
question was: Do you know?
Yes, stop for a second. Yeah, yes.
Have you heard her before?
Open Heart. Yes, I do.
Look, let him finish your question because you've asked him about 2 questions. He's going to answer all in a minute, so you can't.
No, they see. Obviously, firstly, I want to say thanks again because I got the messages. A whole load of people sending me it. This is I'm presuming a Muslim live. That's how I'm going to look at it. I don't want people to get carried away, be rude or disrespectful. One Love. Most of your questions, I'm not going to even answer them because I'd already offered it to you. If you haven't got the capability in your mind to be rational and grown up about this and deal with it, I don't know what to do. I can't fix that.
Rangy, just answer his Open Heart question, please. Just answer that.
Yeah, so yes, I don't know. I know who she is. Yes, I do.
Yes, know her. He's met her.
Okay, yes, I do.
Right, I want to say Adam, 1 second. Adam keeps saying advanced and enhanced. Yeah, Adam, if you do a Google search, yeah, it will tell you, yeah, only an employer can do an enhanced DBS check. A simple Google search will tell you that. So if you've got a job where you want to employ Rangy and want to do a DBS, we are welcome for you to go ahead and do that. Go, and you can say you're employing him, and you can get us the code, and we go ahead and we'll do the advanced DBS check for you as well.
Assalamualaikum.
Not coming from. But again, a basic DBS, like I posted, it tells you grooming cases, grooming charges, rape cases, sexual violence cases never get deleted from a basic DBS. And a simple as well.
Even if you're arrested for that, I won't get it off.
The way I posted it shows you all this. I put it in front.
Bro, you know, One Love there is showed his picture. He looks like Matloob down there, the groomer.
Yeah.
Just keep it civil, man. Keep it civil. Hey, checks, keep it civil, bro.
Yeah, Jax, just keep it civil, please, HK. We don't want to take this the wrong way, yeah?
Right. Well, no, just to let you know, right, because I've studied law, right? So, if, for example, hypothetically speaking, Rangy was arrested for this, but there was no way, and this got investigated. However, the police didn't have enough information to charge him. It still appeared on his DBS, just to let you know. It would still appear on his DBS.
Even on a basic one, it tells you these things never get deleted from a basic DBS. They'll never get spent. If you know what anyone being in prison will know what a spent conviction is and what an unspent conviction is. These convictions never get spent. They'll always remain unspent.
No, you didn't hear what I said. I go, let's hypothetically speak so that Rangy was arrested and it was investigated. However, the police didn't have enough information, evidence to charge him. It would still appear on his DBS. Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. I agree with you. It will still appear. Because it's the same.
You know what? Desi brother, look, anyways, if you want to meet me I can make myself available. Don't fall in the
Rangy,
system.
Rangy,
The problem.
you know, original this, he's going to send you his number. Do me a favor, you know, your DBS, yeah? Take a picture of it again, the proper certificate, and send him it to original this, please, yeah?
Yeah, because look, bro, I'm in the middle. I'm not here for clout, yeah? I'm not even going to put it up. I'm just going to read it and let people know what I see, yeah? And people
how
like
come
me,
one-
I'm a straightforward guy. I'm not here to claim clout. I'd rather talk about real issues that are going in within communities and sort them out. And obviously, bro, I agree with you. The hierarchy, the government, there's more PDs in there because a lot of people now are pulling them out. And I've seen a lot of posts, not just you, Rangy. I've seen, you know, Bear Brothers, they're coming from different communities, white communities, black communities, saying, look, these people are PDs, yeah? And I can understand when you go to the higher government and try to call out these higher government people, they will go against you and split the narrative onto yourself. So, you know, people have got to understand, you know, what Rangy is
Jason, let
going
me
through.
come in after this.
You get me? But Rangy, I'll definitely send you my number after this, yeah? And mashallah, we'll have a chat, bro. And, you know, look, from what I hear, I think he's innocent, yeah? Because even Tyrone, I don't know Tyrone that well, but I know he's a barrister. His dad, you know, is a barrister.
Hold on, he's not a very good barrister because he just said to me in the comments that it won't appear in his DBS unless he is charged. That is absolutely BS. The law changed in 2002 when after Ian Huntley was convicted of unaliving them 2 children, because the reason the law changed is because he got a job as a caretaker and he had a few rape allegations, but it never appeared in his DBS because he was never charged. And because of him in 2002, the law changed. So this barrister, whoever he is in the comments, is completely wrong. Don't take my word for it. Google it and find out yourself.
Atom, yeah, there's a DBS and there's a police check as well. So you can do a police check. Everything will come up on the police check.
And Rangy,
Can I just interrupt you a second?
Rangy to a cop station, do a police check with him. Rangy is willing to do that. Yeah.
Everything come up. I mean, it's a free thing to
Bez.
do.
Yeah. Yes, Joe.
Because are they still going on about the same crap still, yeah?
You know what is that one look come up, yeah, and he was talking about Tommy Robinson's and all these Mohan Singh-law, and I thought he was a bit hypocritical when he was the same thing, so I called him out on it. You want to call him?
But you know, all this business, what people are going on and on about, you know what, it's a waste of everybody's time, because at the end of the day, you know what, Rangy, you ain't got to answer to none of these people, yeah? Fuck them off, pure and simple. But what I will say while I'm here, any one of you on the panel right now, you can make a data subject access request to your local police station.
Police station, yeah.
And they will give you every single interaction you've ever had with the police, without any filters, without any omissions. If you phone the police, if the police have phoned you, if you've been, questioned by the police, everything will be on there. It's just not presented in a format like a DBS, where it's clear and concise. But every interaction anybody's had with the police will be there. I know this because I've done mine last month.
Look what Omar, man. Omar, you're our brother, man. Come on, you should know a bit better. Omar, someone said Rangy turned the state snitch and got his DBS cleared. Is that true? There are the guys working against the state.
Yeah, somebody said, the second coming of Christ don't make it true. You know, when people can say all sorts of shit.
You're right. His whole thing is about against the state. You know what I mean? Against the government, against the social services.
It doesn't make sense, that does it now, bro?
Where's that so-called barrister gone? Where's that so-called barrister gone in the comments?
Where's One Love go, bro? Where's One Love gone? How come he's dropped down?
Let me just
One Love, what the heck have you dropped down? It shows that you're a buzdil. I don't want to say the English word, but it shows you're a buzdil. With the eyes of the cowards never sleep. So One Love, yeah, bro, fix up.
Assalamu alaikum, Mr.
I'm going to drop that, man. You guys have fun, man.
Rangy, I'm going to send you my number, bro. I followed you, yeah? And we'll have a nice little chat, bro, yeah? Forget all this stupid crap on. But I don't want to really bring your situation on here, because I don't want nothing to do, to make out like people I'm sitting here trying to make out, like, getting views also.
Another thing, Rangy, yeah, continue doing what you think is right. We're here to support you. All the panel here is here to support you, to back you up. Inshallah, come to see you this
bro,
week.
I'm not here to support Rangy. I don't like how he words some of his stuff on his...
Support meaning the truth.
On his, what do you call it, it's very questionable, right? Very questionable. and because there's a propaganda machine going on right now that's against my community, and they've labelled my community as G rumors. Yeah. Now when people talk about G rumors, they're not talking about Rochdale or Huddersfield or whatever them places were. They're talking about my kids, HX, your kids, and this is kids and whatnot. Yeah. Because we have been given that exclusive title, which is G rooming. If you don't believe me, write on a placard, grooming gangs. Yeah. Go uptown and say which ethnicity do you reckon this is to? I promise you 90% will think Asians. So when you got people like Rangy writing G rooming gangs, I think he's trying to reach out to Gore to say, hey, come and support me, I'm going against my own. And the fact that he's been promoting Mohan Singh as well is another reason why I think he's been doing that. The fact that he's been putting Bible verses on his campaign is another reason why I think he's doing that. I don't care what he does. I don't care what he does. You gotta leave my community alone. We have been going through a lot, brother. Yeah? And I'm going to be fighting this, whether it's you or Mohan Singh. I'm going to be fighting for my kids' future.
Adam, can I come in on the Mohan Singh thing? Yeah, I talked to him about, after I talked to you, I talked to him about it. He honestly said he did not know who Mohan Singh is. He made a mistake. He holds his hand up. He told me to say thanks to you for bringing it to his attention, and he took it down. You know, he made an honest mistake. And as for the other things, Rangy will explain to you why he's got the Bible verse on himself. He'll explain to you, yeah, you're right. He was appealing to that community with that verse because he was trying to get them on board. He's trying to get the Muslim community on board as well. But Adam, I'm going to tell you as well, I've told Rangy, look, I can't help him as well with this campaign because it's not, I don't agree with it, it's not for me, innit? You know where I'm coming from. I've told, I'm with you on that side, but he's a human. He made a mistake by putting that Mohan Singh thing in. He's admitted he's made a mistake. He's took it down, and he's asked for. He said sorry, Yanni. Okay, now what else can you expect a person to do?
No, let me just.
I don't want an apology. I don't believe he's part of this allegation, and I've not been part of that. Yeah, and I can easily break that down. I don't think he is. Yeah, so. As for the other thing, because someone said, HX said, let's support him, and I was like, no, don't support him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say. He doesn't have to apologize to me.
Adam, right? I'm gonna be grateful here. You did support him today here, and we appreciate it.
No. I didn't support him. I'd support anybody that is potentially getting falsely accused.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I believe Rangy's potentially getting falsely accused.
Yeah.
And that's it, you know what I mean? So, as for his campaign, but when he has G rooming gangs, we know which can. Let's not act dumb now.
I agree with you. That is targeted to our community, and I did talk to
that's to. Do you know what I mean? And he's got Bible verses on, and I know he doesn't have to apologize to me. I tell you who he needs to apologize. He needs to apologize to Desi's kids when they get bullied in school. When my kids get bullied in school for G roomings, he needs to apologize to them. Because that title is a propaganda title. That title is a propaganda. It's a propaganda title that's been given to our community.
Right? Yeah, you're right.
No, look. Let me just stop. If everybody's all right with me just speaking, right? I think people are taking things out, and he's talking about our community. Many times he just said that. Many times. Yet since 2014, this G issue problem, you've only been hearing about it for maybe the last 5 years or so with what the propaganda has been happening. I've known about what I'm talking about, the G gang within the authorities, how social services, how they're grooming our children, coercive control, and so on, what they've been doing. So when I went public, I'm using their words against them. And let me tell you something, you might not like what I'm doing. I simply don't still get it, because my whole reason why I'm doing it, because did you know there's actually loads of our community who have gone through a grape, and the authorities have been...
Look. It's happened to me, Rangy, when I was a child, twice. Yeah? I can speak about it. Because I'm, like I said, I'm only here for the children and our future generation. And I want them to speak out, talk to me, have a chat with me, so I can help. Because, mentally, it's disturbed me, bro. Yeah? And I might look nice on you, but I'm not a really nice person when you meet, if you twist my head, right? But like I said to you, bro, look, I agree with that we should call out people that are doing things like this. Yeah, I've always said that. You know, Companion's on that path as well, because that's why I like Companion, because, you know, he wouldn't be saying, you know, call out the people in the masjids if he was one of them. Because I noticed that a lot of apne bande, something happens to the child, chup karo, because bandiyan ne kehna, oh, besti honi hai, saadi hai, hona. But you're not actually thinking about the child's mental health. Yeah, so I've been there, bro. I've suffered it. I'm a living proof of it. Yeah,
he's been through the same, man, as a kid. He'll tell you he's been through the same, man. It's happened to him as well.
So, you know, like I say, Rangy, there's ways of dealing with it, yeah? Sometimes you could, out of anger, you could say the wrong things about your community. But I know there's good people in my community, and there's very haram de bande in our community.
And Rangy, I'm going to agree with Adam. You know what it is? I understand how you're using it, but you know that word, that title is used basically to describe the Pakistani community, man.
I don't know whether he's...
you know, if it's not we're saying... I understand the reason you're using it, but Adam's right in his point as well, that it is used to. You got to understand where he's coming from as well, that he's right as well.
No, Bez, look, my brother, for the last 5 years, I've been out there in the sticks, out in the streets, speaking up, defending my own Pakistani community, my own Muslim community, and children in general. Nobody said anything and came forward, including Madam. Nobody's come forward to say anything. But I understand. Look, I said to you directly, I didn't know nothing about Mohan, whatever his name is. I only had a small clip. Once I'd been identified, I knew about it. I got rid of it, and I explained. I actually went through this about 2.5 years ago. There was another article. I didn't know. The words were great. Everything was fine just on the part that I had. But it was 6 months later, he was getting convicted for something. So I took that article down because I don't want to support anybody like that. You see, that is understandable. But for Adam to say, I mean, I'm not even going to say anything. Look, I'll give you an example. He mentioned about there's a Bible verse on my vehicle. Yeah, for the love of God, man, that's a verse that I put on to let people know about the wolves in sheep's clothing. But you've made me out to be a Christian. Now, how is that like a Muslim thing? How is that an Islam thing?
I don't think you're Christian ones. I'm just stating a fact that you have got a Bible verse on there, and you've got two.
Yeah,
you got PDF. What is it on the top? You got PDF. What do you call it? What is it? PDF what? At the top of your van? What is it? PDF groups. What is it at the top? You got PDF what?
Just the PDF.
PDF ring. Yeah, you got PDF ring and G gangs. Why not just leave it as PDF rings? Why just G gangs? Well, you know.
Well, I've just explained that to you.
I've got a challenge for you. Yeah, I've got a challenge for you. Why don't you go uptown, write a placard, write G gangs on there, ask random people which community do you think this is targeted towards? If 95% don't come back and say Asian, then please do whatever you want about it.
Yeah,
G gangs. I am convinced 95% will come back saying.
Yeah. Adam, now what you're doing is you're allowing people to link a word towards. Now, when I go out with my vehicle and with that placard there that you're talking about, when I go out, I don't just leave it out there. I tell them what it means for each one that I'm talking about. So I tell them about the G issue problem within social services, what they're doing, how they're taking our children, how everything to do with them. Okay, I don't just put it out there. I'm not using, because don't forget, I've learned about this in 2014 that I've been speaking up about, not just now. Just because now they're trying to target us. So look, 90% of the English community, now because you're talking about the narratives now, 90% of the English community that I've met, out of them, 100% of them now know that it's nothing to do with Muslims, it's nothing to do with PDF, it's all to do with people who have been doing heinous crimes. This is exactly what Desi Brother said, this is exactly what HX said, this is what we all say, because we stand up to transparency, which is right, even though the majority is done by not us. Okay,
Rangy, can I just say something? But I'm going to still agree with Adam because it is used for our community, man. I told you I've ordered like we discussed like what kind of people this attract. Like Adam is just
The guy's acting dumb, yard. We go around in a circle. This is a circular debate. The guy's acting dumb.
You know,
right?
best thing
He knows.
to get
He
rid of
knows
that
which
word and
communities
use
towards.
the PDF rings instead, man, because that's what it is. PDF rings. You need to get honestly just you know what it is. Sometimes you got to compromise, man. So just compromise with the brothers as well. And just
He
get
said
rid
it
of that
himself
one
with his
thing
own
that
words. Guys,
Yeah.
he said it himself with his own words. He put the Bible verse on his vehicle to attract the gore.
Yeah,
He said
he did
that was his
that.
own
Hang
words.
on,
Yeah. So when he puts G rooming gangs on his vehicle, it's also to attract the gore.
So best
What
thing,
part
Rangy,
of that do you
Rangy,
get?
look, Rangy,
Yeah, but
these
you know
are
what it is, Adam, and Bez, it's very simple. Our communities are slacking on the G-rooming thing. Now, Rangi is rightfully, he's doing what he thinks is right. Alhamdulillah. Apne community
We
are
ain't
so
slacking.
complacent.
We getting targeted, bro.
Adam,
Our kids are getting
apni
targeted in
community-
schools and
Adam, can I
whatnot
speak
because
now?
of the.
Can I speak? Apni community hide all the grooming underneath the carpet. It's happened in my local masjid. Brother, I was abused. There are people here that are, even the Molbis, I don't want to say on here, even the Molbis, they're hiding under the carpet. So what do we do? Who do we turn to? Who do I bloody turn to? You understand? Apne are not supporting and exposing these corruption and this corruption that's happening in the masajids.
Look, HX, I 100% agree with you.
The massages.
The point that he needs
So
to
you know
Yeah,
one
Rangi, what
mosque,
he's
hold on,
doing
my friend.
is
You
I
know
support
one
him for
mosque that may have done some unjust things. Hold on, you may know one mosque that may have done some unjust things, and you're saying all masjids? Really?
Exactly, you know.
Brother, listen, I'm not saying all
That's
masjids.
how it works in Halifax, bro. You have to take out. I'll tell them, bro. Yeah.
I'm just looking at
our end, bro,
Halifax.
We don't
brother.
have this.
That's
We don't have
a
this
small
for us, bro.
model.
Yeah. And if
There's
somebody does
happening in
anything,
Derby,
bro, they get
there's the
exposed.
Molby who got beaten up in Derby. That can pull up various things
Bro, you
up
know,
there.
your end,
But it's
bro,
not, it's
maybe,
not,
bro. Your end, you're gonna pull out 2 or 3 cases,
It's
bro.
not-
What do you mean
it's
bare?
not a common
Okay,
thing.
okay.
But when
HX,
it
pull out bare.
happens-
1 minute, HX. Pull out bare sources.
it's not,
Go on.
Luther,
Pull out
it's not
bare
a common
sources.
thing, yeah.
Go on, hurry up. Pull out bare sources. Hurry up. Go on.
Okay,
Pull out bare sources.
it's not a common thing, I admit to it. Oh,
on.
listen now, yeah. It's not a common thing, I admit to it. But when it happens,
you know, कोई सोची समझी बंदा करता है।
yeah,
Come on, yeah, सोच के गाल
Think about
बंदे
it.
सुनने पे
when it
right?
happens, bro, yeah, we hide it under the carpet.
When it happens,
Under the
bro,
carpet,
if
what are you
it happens,
talking about,
right,
bro?
it's
What
too
are you
late when
talking
we
about?
find out.
What are you talking about?
Because I'm talking the facts, yeah. That's why you're talking over me.
How do
Yeah, the
people
reality
know
is,
about
yeah,
these cases if it's hidden under the carpet, bro? Tell
because
me.
we never expose them. People like you,
how-
me, we never expose them.
Oh my.
We
How
never
about-
talk about it. We hide it
Oh
in the
my
carpet.
God.
The whole
This
community in
guy.
Halifax,
Bro, have you been living under a rock in the last 10 years? This is all I've been hearing about.
brother, listen,
Have you
do you
been
want me
really
to
living
actually
under a
publish?
rock?
Adam, do you want me to actually publish and expose it on my flipping TikTok
Yeah.
and Facebook?
no,
Yes.
no.
Are you going to be
You
then
don't-
supporting the
Yeah,
campaign
yeah.
in Halifax?
Navaleen
Are
is
you
the
going to be then
leader.
supporting the campaign in Halifax?
Yeah,
आज का मैं
check.
सारा कुछ बात करके है.
You try and punish your-
Oh, you know, this guy comes in, you know, for Achina, bro, yeah, doesn't know what he's talking
Brother,
about.
listen, listen.
And the
Do you want?
bro,
You now
yeah.
you gave me a challenge,
Yeah, trying to,
and
trying
tomorrow
to clap,
I will be
bro, in
working
other
on
people.
that. Yeah.
Hey, check,
Expose this in my own
right now, bro,
community.
yeah? I'll ask you right now, bro, bring me 10 cases, bro. Bring me 10 cases right now
Bro,
in masjids, bro, in the last 2 years, bro. Go on. Do is bro, that you know everything. Go on. Right now, bro. Bring me 10
3,000
cases, bro.
Go on Facebook, social groomers in Halifax. When I bring,
Oh. Well, now you're
Stop
talking about his
put
cousin.
pay under the carpet. I won't say it's a common thing, brother, yeah. But when it happens, you just go quiet.
Because 10
Oh,
cases.
yeah, be quiet, man. Hey, check your bakwas, baki, bro. Yeah, I don't understand how.
It's not common. You bring me 10 cases in your flipping community.
One second. We don't have this community thing where we hide stuff, bro. Especially not in the UK, bro. Everything gets pulled out in the UK, bro. Yeah. Furthermore, when you had these little
What happened in Halifax,
G
the
rumors,
council hid it, the couples hid
when you
it.
had these G rumors, bro, yeah.
And I'll
who
tell
brought them
you,
up? It
there's
was
a whole,
Apne
okay,
that brought them
I'll
up,
tell you
bro.
10 cases.
It was
I'll tell
Apne
you
that brought
generic
them up.
case. I'll tell you generic case. Skirka Lodge Children Home, yeah. It's on my TikTok. It's been happening for 30 years. In council knew about it. There's a 91 years old guy. He's on trial. 65 years old Buddhi on trial. Yeah, they've hid it under even the council are working with these groomers that are happening in the community. Go
So
and
you
check
said
it
this
out.
was- sorry, was that a
Well, I'll
masjid? then?
expose the
Is that
body
the-
that you
sorry,
want me
sorry.
to
What,
expose apne.
what masjid was that, HX? Which masjid was
Do you
that?
want me to expose the apne?
Which masjid was that you just
I
mentioned?
don't want to do it, but if you're daring me to do it, I'll
Bro,
try.
you're the guy
HX,
that's coming
HX.
here saying this is a
HX.
common issue among the Muslims. You're saying this is something that's hidden
I'm not
among
saying
our
that. It's
community.
not- it's not
Bro,
generic
you need to bring,
thing. It's-
you need to bring your evidence, bro, before you start waffling like that, bro.
Luton, I'll private message you.
You do that, bro.
did
You do that
advise me
because
whether I
when you
should
private
take it
message me,
public.
I'll make a live about it, bro. We don't need to hide
Yeah.
this shit, bro.
No,
Yeah,
but we don't hide this.
I'll
bro.
private message you.
Look, companion, look, listen to me, companion. Look,
Any-
listen to me, bro. You know I've been in that situation, yeah? You know my backstory, yeah? So if you give me any masjid with proof, yeah, with recording
We'll
that
pull up
these
on
are
it
denying
ourselves.
it, look, yeah, I will come down to Halifax personally and go through that masjid and out them, bro.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. This is the difference. HX, I don't know what's happening in your end, bro. Yeah, I don't really know. I'll be honest with you, but
Because I'm glad, look, in Liverpool,
everything
we've
that
only
happens in
got...
our
we've only-
area, bro, gets exposed by the community, bro. And
Yeah,
those
because in
people
our
get
community,
fired.
bro, in Liverpool, bro, if that kind of thing's going on, bro, the imam will get pulled out from the masjid and you know
get
what?
dragged
The
around in
message
streets,
HX
bro.
is trying to give out, yeah, the message HX
Brother,
is trying to
There's
give
no
out.
skin left on
You
his
know
body,
how
bro.
we hide things and we brush things underneath the carpet and we are that way inclined. He's basically like a voice for these Mohan Singhs and these Tommy Robinson guys. I expected better.
Brother, exactly.
HX customer expected better.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
man,
Exactly.
you're saying,
Exactly.
we've known this stuff for 30 years, 40 years, they've been covering stuff up. But what have you done about it, bro? Then you're complicit, bro. If you're sitting there quietly and you know about all of these things that are going on, you are complicit, HX.
Brother, I could only do what I could
30
do.
years,
Now
bro,
listen,
30
Luton,
years.
yeah. I have done a lot of things about it.
What did I do you done, bro? You've been arguing with councillors about selling sharab in their shops. What have you done, bro? Tell
Luton,
me.
yeah, bakwas thoda kar
Yeah,
hai.
what
Let
have
me
you done?
finish
No,
it.
seriously, what
Don't
have you done, bro?
overtalk-
Violent.
Don't overtalk me,
You've been
yeah.
chasing
Don't
councillors
overtalk
in the masjid, bro. You've been
Yeah,
chasing
don't-
councillors in the masjid. What have you done, bro?
Luton,
What have you done?
Luton, don't overtalk. Let's have a sensible discussion.
Hey,
When
guys,
you're
you need this masjid.
speaking, let
Have
me
you got
finish.
personal beef with this masjid? Because I know.
Let me finish.
Bro, that's what Muslim does, you see him running around.
Let me
chasing
finish, bro.
councillors,
Yeah, let me finish. Yeah, and this is obviously what you do. You look for 70 excuses for a brother, and that's what I'm doing. Yeah, and I have done what I could
Where
do.
do you get that from, bro? What's the 70 excuses? Where do you get that from? Where do you get that from?
If you don't know your deen, then
That's
go
not deen,
and
bro.
find out.
Go show me that. Show me where in Islam,
Just
in the
go
Quran and
and-
Sunnah,
just
the Prophet ﷺ said make 70 excuses.
Go
for your
and
brother.
look for it.
Show me.
If it's onus on you now.
No,
yeah,
it's
to
not, because
research
I
on
already
that.
know. I already know
Well,
that is a
TK,
saying.
you
That is
see,
a
you
saying.
don't have the
That is a
etiquettes of
saying
dialogue.
of a sheikh. That is a saying of a
Let
scholar.
me speak,
that you
'cause I
done
heard
bodies
you.
and
Why you
attributed
overtaking
to the
me
Prophet
now?
Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon him. I already know that.
Well,
So
TK,
don't
Kuro,
make
Kuro.
statements. If you don't know something is hadith, bro, don't say it, bro. Go check about
Kuro.
what you're saying, bro.
Find out,
70
bro.
excuses
Find out.
is a saying of
Find
a
out.
scholar, a sheikh.
Find-
no hadith,
find
bro.
out.
There's no hadith.
Find out. But
I
anyway,
know already, bro.
listen-
I already
listen.
know this. That's
Good
why I
thinking.
pulled you up straight away when you said 70 excuses, bro. Where do you get that from? That's why I was
Host, get in.
Now you're talking from one topic to another. With you, Luton, yeah, is that the discussion is not going to flow. So I'll just rest my case. I'll
Yeah,
stay
you
quiet.
rest your case, bro.
I'll
And
stay quiet.
Please
Yeah.
don't attribute sayings to the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be upon
I'll
him.
stay
If they're not
quiet on the
true, bro.
grooming
Okay?
thing, but if you dare me to start exposing the masjid and call it,
You've got a
this
person,
is-
Bro, you
they
should
are
be.
offering
What are you talking
groomers,
about
eh?
dare?
I'll do it.
If you
I'll do
listen,
it.
what do you mean? What do you mean? If you dare me, brother, if you see something
brother,
wrong,
I've done it.
Islam
I've done it
clearly
physically.
states,
I'm not
if
doing-
you
I'm
see
not
something wrong, stop it with your hand. If you're
Have you gone to the
you can't stop it with
authorities,
your
HX?
hand and stop it with your mouth. And if
HX,
you-
have you gone to the authorities?
Okay. I've
You're
basically.
complicit, bro. If you've seen stuff like this, and you
Luton's
don't
not
report it,
even
you're
let me
complicit,
speak.
bro.
Luton,
Let him
yeah.
speak. Let him speak. Let him speak.
Let me bloody speak here. Desi knows, spiritual gangster knows, Rangy knows. I spoke out against it. I got what I got.
Oh my God,
Alhamdulillah,
Rangy
yeah.
knows.
Rangi knows. I've spoken to these
Oh
are
my God.
people.
There's a pattern here right now. There's a pattern. Let me explain the pattern.
Adam,
right? There's a
Adam, let me
propaganda
finish it.
machine
Let me
going on.
finish it. Yeah.
Hold on. The propaganda
Let me
machine going
finish
on
it
against
off.
my community.
Adam,
People like you, Rangi, you're helping the propaganda machine.
Oh,
listen,
yeah, that's
let
not
him finish.
okay.
Let him finish.
Yeah.
Because I know personally,
because-
like 1 minute, companion. Personally, I know when he tried to expose it, the masjid, the community actually, how can I say it?
Just leave it as it is, yeah. Basically, yeah, I went to the authorities. I went to the police. Police are hiding it under the carpet. Tyrone here knows about it as well. He's a solicitor. And now he's going to go on to the next one.
He didn't even know the laws of the DBS. But
Oh, yeah, I just told him I'm not getting him involved because he's social service. He's here on TikTok. So basically,
So I know more about the
I
law
just
than
want to keep it quiet. Things need to be kept quiet. Certain things need to be kept quiet. Yeah, but there are things that are happening. But if you want me to go on social media now, I've done it in the community. I know what the community is all
Companion.
about. But if you want to raise in on the social media, I can do it. But I don't want to.
No, companion, let me, if I
Can I
could
please say something?
interject, I do
Rangi, can I
apologize
please
there.
say something? So this guy, so hey, check, I'm very disappointed in you. Yeah, you're using Rangi as your like tag team partner, if you want to call it. A
No,
guy
Rangi's
that's
just me.
hold on, let me finish. A guy that's openly said, "I put the Bible verses on my van to attract gore."
So
Yeah,
what?
the
So
guy
what? It's people-
openly said
Hang on,
that.
hang on.
I would support as the Asian community given
Hold on,
Rangi.
Yar, let me finish, yeah? So you
How
using
many
Rangi as
people
your
did
tag
you get, Rangi?
Yar, let me finish, bro. You using Rangi as your tag team partner who's openly said, a guy that openly has promoted Mohan Singh Rangi. Yeah, another guy, another thing. And the third thing, he openly talks about, surprise, surprise, G-gangs. And we know which community the G-gangs is targeted towards. It's only one community, and that's my community, my children. Yeah? So you using Rangi, I'm sorry, your credibility is gone. And I now question, do you have a personal issue against that masjid? Have they done something personal to you? Do the committee members not like you? What's going on here?
Adam,
Yeah,
one thing. Listen, keep bringing the Mohan Singh up. He says he made a mistake, and he's apologized.
Okay, yeah. Let me answer that now, yeah.
Rangi's
That
exact
much
word.
that I've been
Hold on,
going, and I
hold on.
still, alhamdulillah, I've boycotted.
Look,
Hold on, Rangi's
I
own words.
boycott a lot
This
of
has
the
come out of Rangi's
masajid
own
in
mouth.
my local area.
Yeah, but he has. I told you.
Okay, this come out of Rangi's own mouth.
Listen,
I put
Adam,
Bible verses
Adam,
on my...
Adam,
Yo, let me finish, man. Let me
Adam,
finish.
I've heard it. I know what you're going to say. Put a Bible verse on to attract. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's what he said. Of course
Yeah,
there's
but
something wrong with that. We're
there's
Muslim,
nothing
aren't
wrong
we?
with that. If he wants the support of a certain
with it?
community, there's nothing wrong with it. What's wrong with that?
No, brother, we're living in a
What is bad about
society where
look,
you
look,
can't-
Adam, on the group,
Hey, checks,
word,
1 second.
I agree with you, and I'm asking him. He's got rid of that one. It's gone anyway. That one's gone. I can tell you that. I've seen it gone. Yeah, it's disappeared. On the next one, all we can ask him is go put that word on because of these reasons, and try to understand, which I am trying to ask him as well. Because I agree with you. It is used for our community. You know, I'm coming from, and that's all you can ask the brother. Please, brother, don't do this. It's
Hey,
wrong.
checks coming on these platforms, yeah, when he knows Bande are listening from the outside and saying,
Outside,
the
innit?
masjids
It's not
need to
good.
do
It's not
more
good.
about it, that, you know, the hiding. As if we go to the masjid and talk about G-rooming when we go to read namaz, bro. We go
Brother,
to...
listen, you know the Halifax. Okay, you tell me, Adam and Bez, please be quiet. Do you know what happened in November?
I
If
don't know
you're
nothing about
so
it.
in tuned about the news, do you know what happened in November last year in Halifax?
I've never been Halifax.
Honestly, I don't. Honestly, I'm not going to tell.
So this shows that you're not tuned with the national news. So I think there was in November there was 21 people got convicted of abuse. Yeah,
Okay,
and it's well known. Just
hold on.
Now,
Were
there
they
was
historic cases?
No, let me-
Were they
Adam,
historic
let me
cases?
finish.
Adam,
Can you let me
please,
finish?
Adam, please, let him
Adam,
finish.
let me finish, bro. Yeah, can you drop this guy? He keeps on interrupting.
No, I'm not talking.
They got 209 years to get in total, yeah? There was a whole live from 8 till 5. I go on that live, HX voice, I went to the local masjid. Now, that's between me and the imam there. Yeah, and I asked him about these issues. I went to all the masjids that day, yeah? I basically, the whole of that group, and I'd give you something, Mark Renton, Hyper Sniper, Voice of Reason were there. They were waiting for me. What was the outcome of masjid? I led them on right to the last minute at 5 o'clock. And I said, listen, I'll give you an hour. You tell me how do you want me to report to you? And then the final thing I said to them was, what if I give you all the information, what are you guys going to do about it to prevent this? Brother, straight away, they ended the live. Because these guys, they don't want to do anything. They're just there, want clout, and that's it. Yeah, you, brother Adam and Bez, you don't even know the local stuff that's happening in Halifax. Yeah, I asked you a question. Do you know what happened? Sorry. I asked you a simple question in November. Do you know what happened? 209 years. Yeah. They
Cool,
go
no problem.
And after
And I
that,
asked
there
you the
was no
question-
live on Halifax at all.
And I asked you the
There was
question,
no
were they
live on
historic
GV Halifax
cases?
at all.
Y'all,
In the
were they-
story, I just want to rest my case.
Adam, I know
Yeah.
this case now. He's on about. I know this.
Are they
case,
historic cases? That's all I
It was
asked.
a historic case. It
Yeah,
was the
but it's been
21
convicted last year.
Hallelujah. It was a historic case.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was
not
historic.
it's not a problem right now then, is it? It's not a problem
It
right
is,
now that
but
you
they-
have to highlight it. Guy, you need to be worried about the Asian kids out there. It's not a problem now. It's a historic case.
Bro, they got convicted last year. What do you mean historic?
Fantastic. It's a
my
historic
About
case.
70 apne got convicted in
Brother,
total since
I asked you a
2016.
question. Is it a historic case? Yes or no?
It doesn't matter what is
It
historical,
does
whatever
matter
it is.
because
yeah?
the campaign
Doesn't
you're
matter.
trying to run is that it's a problem right now.
Look, I'm
And I
not
don't believe
running
it
any
is.
campaign.
He's
I'm not
Adam's
running
right.
no
It's a
campaign
historic
whatsoever.
case. Look, it's a historic case. Now is our time to teach our children. Don't do these things. Stay away from it. Stay away from this
Yeah,
Western
but
life.
this is.
Oh, y'all,
Okay,
this
I
kind
went-
of
okay,
this
okay,
is
I-
about
no,
people,
okay,
you know.
I'll tell you straight, yeah. I went to the masjid when these things happen. Oh, Bez, khatam te karan dena, yeah. So the guys, the panel can understand. I went to the masjid, two of the masjid, and I said, come on, let's do something about this. Yeah, there's been a social group that we bought in January. Let's start creating a register. At least provide some services.
Yeah.
Brother, they said,
And what happened?
you go and do it.
Exactly.
You go
So why
and do
didn't
it.
you do it, man?
Brother,
Why
I
didn't
have
you
no
do it?
authority.
Why didn't you do
No,
it?
Luton.
Why didn't you do it?
Okay, Luton, let me finish.
Yeah, but why
I'm
didn't
not,
you do it?
I
This
don't
is
have
the
any
point,
position. Let me finish, brother. I don't have any authority in the masjid. I'm not community leader, nothing.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, yeah. Allah just gave me a responsibility for my family. That's why I created this, the companions, and inshallah, I will do something about it.
Inshallah,
Yeah.
definitely. You should.
Yeah, you can't just come up and start.
Companion,
Let me explain
like I
something
said,
to you.
you've got my full support of any kind of, this happening to our children, and I will back you 100%, bro. I will
100%,
come down to
100%.
Halifax, camp outside the mosque with you, bro.
You know what it is, yeah?
100%
Genetically,
right.
yeah. Genetically, Luton, Adam, and the panel. We need to start, and this goes to all the communities, even the Sikhi community. Because Sikhis guys are over here as well. Forget the other guys, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And
this
we
is
need
what
to
you-
start providing services
same.
in our
You're the
own.
same.
Yeah, yeah,
in our
that's
religious-
thing, innit?
We need to start providing services
you're
in
the
our own
same.
masajid,
One minute.
in our own masajid.
Oh, hey, checks.
In our masajid,
you know? Yeah.
Yeah,
they've got
method that's
more
not a
hunting in
bad
it, bro.
solution.
You know
So
that
Adam's
community
going
that
to
you're
face
talking
with
about?
Adam's
They've got
going to
more
face with the
hunting.
same problem.
Ask them.
What the problem is,
this
yeah,
right,
there is a huge, there's a huge marriage issue that's gonna come about. There's girlfriend, boyfriend happening in our communities. What is our religious institution and masjid doing to cater for our youngsters in terms of?
What do you want them to do?
You know the
What do you want
Muslim
them to do?
authority-
Fucking put hotel rooms up for? What do you mean? What is our
You
community
give me a
doing?
solution. I've
About
got a
boyfriends
solution.
and girlfriends. What do you mean?
No. What does the deen say about boyfriend, girlfriend? Is haram.
Yeah, that's not the mustard.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
it's
you to sort out as a
mustard is
father
not-
and a mother, bro.
For the father
That's
to
what
do
they
it.
the mustard.
Exactly.
Don't blame the mustard.
Exactly.
Bro.
This
Because
is
you
this.
can't. Listen, one minute. Because
You
you
just
can't-
outlined the problem
because
without
you
a
can't
solution.
control your children.
Companion, minute, bro. Let Newton speak.
Because
Yeah,
you
go on.
can't control your children, bro, yeah? Don't blame the mustard, bro, what's going on here. Furthermore, let me get back to the point, yeah? You were talking about what can we do, yeah? There's a guy called Mohan Singh, yeah? Who's been spreading this bullshit narrative, yeah, for God knows how many years now. Ask him how many convictions has he got in the last 30 years. And he's been chatting more bakwas than what you've been back in, just now, HX, what you've been chatting, bro, yeah? This guy's been talking about these guys are in Luton, bro. Apparently in Luton, there was a masjid that used to have posters up, K2K, yeah? And they were pulling in Sikniya Kuriya. If you could pull a Sikni girl, you get 10 grand from the masjid. Hey, checks, is this what
That's
your
a lie,
masjid
bro.
in Halifax? Huh?
Oh, you know about Mohan Singh? Go and deal with him, bro.
Right,
you
can
I don't need to.
It's not my reality, bro.
You guys are promoting him. Hey, Jack, you and Rangy
You
are promoting
know
him.
my reality, bro. My reality is just Halifax. Yeah.
Oh,
No, I wouldn't
so
say
you want-
Adam. Listen. Before everyone gets their wires cut, I don't think he's promoting him because look, I've been through the
promoting
thing,
nothing.
yeah. I think what he's trying to do is call out certain people in this community to sort things, stop this abuse going with children and the grooming. Yeah. Now, obviously, with Mohan Singh, I haven't seen any facts. I've just heard stories on videos. I haven't seen no news articles that proper news articles or police reports that are saying things what Mohan Singh's saying. So I am against Mohan Singh in that way. But I know for a fact that there are communities within our communities. I'm not saying the masjids or something like that, but within our communities, a lot of this abuse is swept under the table. Now, the way I see things, I think all our Asian communities should teach our children that if you're getting touched in the wrong places, you should speak out about it. Yeah, you should go to your parents. You should go to someone that'll speak out about it. If your parents aren't doing it, then go to the policing system and let them sort it.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, bro, as a child that's been in that situation, yeah, I was told to keep quiet. Bande are gonna do your besti. Bande hai karoge, tenu hai banaoge, this and that. And I kept quiet for years, but mentally it disturbed me because I had to see the person that did it to me for over 15 years in the same house, look him in the eye. And you know how many times I wanted to juck his neck, bro.
Yeah, of course. This is the thing, Tagli, yeah?
Can I get a word in?
This is the thing. How people turn around and say,
the times have changed. With the times are changing, you know what? If a younger generation now, like us lot as parents, yeah? If someone comes and says to us, our kid comes and says to us, our phone's touched us in an indecent manner, we're not going to tell them to go hush hush. We're going to go out there and we're going to deal with the geezer. We're not even going to leave him for the policeman. Straight up, man. I don't know.
Yeah, but look, let me tell you something. As it's affected me, my children ask me, Dad, why don't you allow me to stay over certain people? Happen in Monday, Muslim houses, and I say, look, bro, yeah, I've got this issue. They look all nice and generous, and they've got the dopey shoppy on and everything, yeah. But I've just got that paranoia that if something goes wrong to you or happens to you, my child, then as a father, I failed you.
Standard. 100%.
You've got to make you comfortable. You've got to make your children comfortable to tell you these things.
Exactly.
So my brothers, look, I don't want you fighting over it. Look, we all know there's issues in our community, and if we can find the wrong ones, we can, it just doesn't happen in the Muslim community because I know it happens to a lot of Sikh people. I know it happens to a lot. It's like an Asian thing. Yeah, it's not just a Muslim thing. It's an Asian thing.
This unfortunately, is a man thing, bro. Yeah, where some men are just filthy, bro. Disgusting, can't be controlled, bro. Yeah, society is tried. Society should do better. 100% society should do better, bro. Rather than if you know somebody's like this, bro. Like the case that was happening in Rotherham, yeah, with that Arpana guy went and grossed them up to the police, bro. Because no Gora did, bro. No, nobody else did. It was the Arpana banda that grossed those people up, yeah. This should be happening. Why would you be hiding shit under the carpet anyway? Hey, Chegs, you mentioned that you know over 30, 40 cases, bro, yeah, that nothing's been done about. Bro, do something about it. Go to
Brother,
the police,
listen,
bro.
I didn't mention 34 cases. Luton, I didn't mention 40
for those
cases.
cases, bro. Because you not speaking up about it, bro, you are part of the problem, bro. Yeah? So if you know about 30 cases, bro, go to the police, bro. Go to the authorities, bro. Let them know, bro.
I'll publish the things that I did. I'll publish the things that I did just before Ramadan. Yeah, in Agora's council meeting, and Apna council, I didn't record it. Yeah, and I mentioned it. That's as far as I can go. Because unless the victims don't come out and go to the police, I can't do anything about it.
No problem. Hey, Checks.
We can't do nothing
I want
about
to ask you two questions, yeah?
So the victims have to come out and come about.
We know
and
that,
at the moment, the one or two cases that I know, yeah, the victims are silenced. Because of basically
this is dangerous talk by HX right now. So basically, what he's trying to say is that
the victims are silenced by because there's people here, youngsters, girls, boys.
Have you spoken? HX, have you spoken to the victims?
No, it's confidential information.
It's confidential information. Basically, no, he hasn't. Yeah, right. So, HX,
Now you sound like Mohan Singh. Now
right?
you sound like
Bro,
Mohan
I'm not
Singh,
going to
HX.
go and expose them over here.
HX, I want to
I'm
ask you
not
two
gonna expose them over
questions
here.
only. HX, I want to ask you two questions only. So,
Luton, yeah, okay. I'm gonna private message you. I want you to come and speak to the guy who's involved. Yeah, because I'm living in the community. I'll just get another. I'm already a black sheep. I'll get more black spots on me.
good question. So, did something happen
Outside
between you and the committee members in the masjid? Did something happen?
yeah, you already know about
something
this.
personal
Yes.
happened.
Do you want me
didn't
to go into detail?
No,
Do you
I
want me
don't
to
need
go
to-
into detail?
No. I don't need you to go in detail. So you got a personal issue with these masjids, yeah?
Okay, no. Adam,
No.
you are putting words into my mouth.
I don't think he's got a
In
personal issue.
Last year, January 24, there was a social groomer who got caught. Now, this is public. Yeah, it's on Facebook everywhere. The couples knew about it. He was the imam's or the founder of the masjid's grandson, the committee member's son. I went to them and I said, what services are you going to provide for the community so that it'll enable the youngsters not to go into these actions, i.e. create marriage register, hold marriage events, education sessions, brother, silence. Yeah, they don't want to go into detail. This is social media, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of things happened over the
They listened
year.
to you. They listened to you, and then they decided to carry on what
They didn't.
Hold on,
Brother,
let me finish, huh?
they won't entertain anything.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
You know what, HX? They don't have to. They don't have to. You know why? There's bigger authorities out there whose job it is, i.e. the police.
No.
Their job is-
Okay, Adam, you have just highlighted a problem that our children are getting affected.
Go on, boss.
There's parents can tell them off. The relation between
One
parents
guy
and child-
in your community,
Oh,
young
the
guy,
relationship between parent and child is different. That's why we send them to the masjid for them
you
to
send
learn
them.
the basis of the deen.
You
They
send
should
them
be
to
teaching our
masjid,
children
yeah.
about RSE. Yeah, what is the Islamic stance on
That's up to
religious
the parents,
education?
bro. You
No,
can't-
it isn't. It's
bro,
about
the masjid
education
doesn't
about
teach you
the
everything
Ustad
about
as well.
life, bro. The masjid teaches you go to the masjid to learn Arabic, to learn your salah, and to learn Quran, bro. Yeah, you don't go to the masjid to learn about if you're gonna marry Samina or Shabnam or Bushra, bro. That is your
you
family,
go.
bro.
Okay,
Your family
what
does these things, bro.
what
This is your
Eid are you
in-house
living
stuff,
in?
bro. This is all
What Eid
in-house.
are
It's got
you
nothing to
living
do
in?
with the
Luton,
masjid.
what Eid are you
can't
living
blame
in?
the masjid because
Our
you're not bringing
local
your children up
masjids
properly, bro.
are
You can't
very
blame the
advanced now.
masjid. You can't
Okay,
blame
let
the
you
masjid because you're letting your kids go out to shisha places, go
Ah,
out
listen,
drinking,
no,
bro.
listen,
You can't blame
listen.
the masjid for that, bro.
Luton, chop
Oh,
on
he's
that
right.
one.
Luton's right, man. You can't-
Luton, तू एक ते गल करन देना है. Every institution, there are certain things that you're living back in the 90s where there wasn't facilities there. There are darse Nizami programs happening in the masjids.
Yeah.
They are taught in Sirah, they are taught in Quran.
Yeah.
By meaning, it's very advanced. They are taught Aqidah at a very early age now.
Yeah.
The program is different now.
Yeah.
It's not reading the Quran, not understanding, it's about understanding. Part of Islam and the Deen is Nizam al-Ijtama, which is the social system of Islam. The relationship between man and woman, the relation between man and man, the relation woman and woman. Yeah.
Listen, guys, listen, I just want to say something. Listen, guys, just while I'm here, listen, big up HX, yeah, big up Desi, yeah, because you guys are the only two. You two are the only two who have stood up and said something. These guys are gaslighting you, bro, and they're telling you, oh, it's not happening, it's not happening. They don't want you to say nothing that's going to make them look bad. That's all.
Look, Jen.
I'm a moderator on here.
This is a good example of what you're
trying to
doing.
cause division, bro. We're having conversations, bro. We might disagree, bro. But don't come and try to
That was
cause division
perfect.
with us.
Honestly, that was
You dirty
perfect.
Sucking, bro.
I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that on here. Look, all of you, yeah, because I'm going to get off now, yeah? Right,
Desi,
all I'm
can I
going to
say one thing?
This guy Jin was
before I let you say something, I'm just going to say this, yeah? Give me a month, I'm going to start my own charity, yeah? It's not hard, yeah? It's not that hard as everyone's making it out, yeah? Give me a month and you will see a charity about educating our youth about what the situations of grooming is, what the situations of getting touched in the wrong places are. I'll have that open running, yeah?
Exactly.
And if I can go around to different cities and make these talks with these children, if it's in the masjid or in a Pakistani centre or in a Sikh centre or whatever centre, because this is not just a Pakistani thing, it's an Asian thing. Yeah, it happens
This is
within
a man.
all these
Host, can I get in just
This is
before
a
you
man.
go,
No,
brother?
no, please, Rangi, my turn, yeah? So Jin just came in, that was perfect. That was absolutely perfect of what he said. So you are catering towards him, right, and the Gore. You know what I mean? As if his community is perfect, for example. Because his community and Mohan Singh, he's been writing Mohan Singh, long live Mohan Singh in the comments. Do you know what I mean? You've been catering towards Mohan Singh.
One second.
You
One
and-
second. Adam, one second. Can I just say one thing, this is Scouser? Firstly, I just want to say, I think I said a comment to you the other day, and I think it got taken the wrong way. So look, I'm sorry about that. I just want to say one thing here. There was a... I think they said he hasn't had a conviction in the last 30 years. He had a conviction for a case in Leicester. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say Mohan Singh hasn't caught any Singhs out. He has. They caught someone who was a major player in West Brom. And to get him convicted, it takes a while. I think if you speak to that guy, Rangy, he'll tell you to actually get the conviction.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Wait, Adam, please, man. Please, 2 minutes, yeah.
One question.
You can ask, you can, of course you can, yeah. You can ask any of the people who've ever had to go to court to get the actual conviction. Takes a long time. Now, look, I'm not saying that we're perfect. I'm not saying it's only you doing it, because look, these people who are catching people, they catch everyone. They'll catch Gore, Jinne, anyone. But the only thing I will say is, I think, and obviously, Oslo are just as guilty as you lot. If we don't tackle it now, then like you are going to pass it on to your kids.
Spoken, my friend.
And the thing I'll say, what this Scouser just said there.
Let me ask you a question.
Wait, Adam, man, wait.
You made your point.
Let him finish sentence.
God, bro, just thinking. Most grooming happens to kids when they do these stayovers and sleepovers. That's where, and the thing is, no, it is like, as parents, our parents were working all those hours, and they thought, you know what, I'll leave it with his uncle or his nephew, not realizing that that nephew's got someone in the house who's got that mindset. Then that's where that abuse happens. And the thing is, as well, it's actually very common. And I do want to say one thing at the end of this. I know of a guy who had a case put on him. Yeah.
No, keep no, the
Adam,
case.
please,
Adam,
man.
let him finish, Adam,
Let him finish, man.
Right, okay.
Just let him finish.
There was a lad, right? There was a lad. He had a case put on him, yeah. And the girl who put it on him was an Asian girl. And what happened is, him and her, they got together. She thought she was in love. He was single. This lad happened to be Pakistani. She came to us and said, I've been groomed, I never said I knew him. I just let the story play out. I then went to him because I know this guy from boxing, and I said, bro, talk to me, because I said, look, this is what's being said. You're fitting to get a kick in here. So how's it gonna run? He turned around and showed me his phone, and he goes, bro, you told me if that girl's been groomed. And what it was, there's some Korean, and we've got this in all our communities. I can go to East London right now, yeah. You Kale with Asian Korean. And I'm talking, when I mean Asian, I mean our girls, your girls, all the girls. So our Korean aren't as good as what I'm not saying they're to blame, but some of us have got to take a good look at this and think, you know what? Has it happened? Yeah, but then we need to be fair with each other as well. Like, and obviously, I was going to say, so one final word to this, he's like, look, I've already said at the start, I said at the end, I think I made a comment to you that's inappropriate, so I'm going to say I'm sorry to you, yeah?
Keep, are you the same guy that said... No, Jin, 2 seconds. Keep, are you the same guy that was telling everybody that Axel is a Muslim? Are you the same guy that said Dubai have banned Pakistani because they were problematic and are debunked on that? Are you the same guy that every other post on your pages is about anti-Islam stuff? Are you that same guy? Oh, he's gone now. Oh, he's that same guy.
He's the same guy,
Yeah, he's that same guy. Why the fuck should we take him seriously?
Bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, Desi, can I get a word in there?
Who dropped him? Did someone drop him?
Nah,
I didn't drop him.
Did they run?
Both of them, like that, man.
Yeah. Why the fuck should we take his word seriously? But Mohan, we did this, we did that. They're all in the same camp, and I'm hurt to hear that HX is now somehow campaigning like a silent campaigner for these Islamophobes and Mohan Singh and these. Do you know what I mean? And,
brother, listen, you alhamdulillah, you're gonna add more fuel here to the fire. You can campaign against me as well.
Hey, Checks, just give me 1 second. If I can get a word in there.
I've had my fair treatment of abusing the community. I'm just gonna go away. I've only got a few years left. Yeah, just keep quiet, keep my head down. have sabr.
You know the
And
problem
if
is
the community don't want to do anything.
yeah, you know why? You know why? You got people like you. You've got people like you who are trying to campaign that these type of crimes are only exclusive to our club. That is BS. You know why? The statistics do not stand by UHX, and neither do with you either, Rangi. The statistics. Now, if you come with statistics and say, "Look at the statistics," I'm right. Then I may listen to you. Before that,
listen, Adam.
You know, quickly, HX, quickly, bro. Yeah.
You got a lot to talk about.
Imam that I know,
first of all, wherever you live in, do something about these your label councillors. Bloody account them.
Bro,
yeah, for the genocide they've been doing in Israel.
No. It's going off straight now. No. I'm going to go now. I was going to let Rangi say his say. Look, companion, mute yourself. Companion, mute yourself, please, bro. Right? Now, Rangi, all I'm going to say to the community, I'm not talking to the Muslim community or the Sikh community, I'm talking to all. We need to keep our children safe, no matter who are the boomers, yeah? If they're white, black or brown or Jinne or whatever, yeah? We need to keep our children safe, because for our children's mentality, you know, bro, I have gone through so much, yeah? You just want to not understand what mental health I've gone through. It's a God's sake that, you know, I'm married to, I married a Christian woman that's reverted to Islam, right? And she's, you know, sorted my head out, spoke to me. She's a mental health nurse herself now. And she's always said to me, you know what? It's good to speak about it. Speak to your community about it, yeah? And I'm not just saying my Muslim, I'm saying the Sikh community, the Hindu community, all the communities that are Asian, that we all know that it's a fact that it does get swept, yeah? And we do need to educate I'm not saying like guys like Luton and me, you know, we're outspoken, we'll tell our children be careful of this, but there are some people that are still backwards and think, you know what, basically on here, sorry, let the kids suffer.
I think that was the older generation, bro. Yeah,
it still happens. No, it still happens a little bit now, bro. As not as much as it did when we were younger.
I'll be honest with you, the people that are growing up in this society, bro, they don't give a shit about what their cousins think, bro. Their children are more important to them, bro, than any opinion of any cousin or anything like that, bro. That's the reality, bro.
Bro, I couldn't care who it is. If I found
out, I'm gonna give a shit, bro, what my cousins think about me, bro, when it comes to my children,
beating them up and then reporting them.
Exactly, and this is the point. I'm gonna give a shit about everybody's opinion when it comes to my children.
That was my opinion, bro. Lovely brothers, yeah. To me, all my brothers, yeah. I don't like all this. Look, I want the religion things to stop, yeah, where you're having to go at each other's religions and stuff like that. All I want to do is deal with the situations within our Asian community, yeah? I want love and peace, because look, bro, when I was growing up, I had a Sikh uncle, I had a Hindu uncle, they all respected my mum respected them, we all helped each other out, because I come from a dominant white area, which is Liverpool, yeah? And we didn't have a big community like in Manchester, Bradford to defend, so we all had to stick together, right? And mashallah, you know, we stuck together, got our communities together, you know, got the hatred out of our communities and did things. And obviously, look, if there's still things going on, like, you know, because I got a video saying, I haven't put it up yet because I'm still trying to work out if it's true or not, that there was some kind of fiddling going on in a certain place. I'm not going to mention where it was, yeah? It looked like a guy, some guys are saying, you know, it looked like he was giving him a massage, but to me, you know, I'm wondering if it was a massage or not. Yeah, but like I said, you know, one of the sisters sent it to me and said, no, you know, my son's seeing this. He recorded it and he sent it to me. And obviously she's scared now to send her son to this particular place, right? Now, like I said, it might not happen as much as it did back in the day, because I know there's a lot of educated people now and they're more, you know, thinking, but there are still certain families that still have them backward beliefs. And, you know, I've heard a few kids come on here and tell me this, because obviously I'm outspoken. I get kids to come on, and if they can't talk on here, they can always message me and I will listen. Yeah. And I've always given them, you know, good advice. Go here, go there, get it sorted. Don't keep it, because mentally it will disturb them, and you know, it'll create a big bomb that's 100%. Just waiting to explode. But I'm going to leave you.
And you know, I really find it confusing, bro, yeah? That there's people out there that their child something bad has happened to their child, really, really bad, and they want to hide to protect the person who's committed the act on their child. Does that even make sense, bro?
It's not even. It's the high. You know what it is? Yeah, if the Hundina, the honor.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have honor in our community. Yeah, and they're trying to defend that honor. You know, they don't want people going around going, oh, they didn't have that. You know, and look, bro.
Yeah,
Luton,
because this.
Luton, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a prime example, Luton. Look, just listen to this, Luton. Yeah, just listen to this. Right? I went and told a brother once. Yeah, and my brother went, Desi, don't tell everyone this. You know, I said, why, bro? He goes, Patakiona. They're going to take a lick out of you. Yeah, do you get me? And I didn't like that at all. Because it's not saying, you know, this, that's very bad what happened to you.
You know the thing is, bro, yeah?
That was a South Asian thing back in the day. South Asian
Of course. And Adam,
it still happens now.
HX, you're right. It probably still does in very,
and you know what is
very small, minute places. But what I do see nowadays, bro, what I see nowadays is their parents, taking the side of their child no matter what, bro. No matter what.
No, look, Luton, that's correct for educated parents like me and you. Yeah,
but this
you know the ones that aren't educated. I've noticed, like this guy that he was the first guy. I thought he was my best friend. I'm not going to mention names. Yeah, I told him about this, but he kept going, bro. Don't talk about it. I said, why, bro? I need to talk about it to let my future generation. Yeah, other kids, companion. Yeah. Other people to children, even if it's happened to a certain child, if I can just help that one little child, get out of that mental state, I've done my job. Why are you telling me to stay quiet? So, and this guy, what I noticed, wasn't an educated person, like me and you been to school and that. This guy was like, he's stuck in this community with the parents, and he had a very backward Pashtun way of thinking and stuff like that, bro. Yeah, and I thought, wow.
Jesse, can I ask you a question? Right, I want to know, why don't people like Tommy Robinson, Mohan Singh, a large majority of the Sikh community, the victim mentality and all that, Rangy, hey, check, why do they never pull out statistics?
Yeah, so let me get in there.
Statistics.
Let me come out with the old school ones.
I'll come out.
They just come out with, there's a problem. No, I don't.
No, Adam, sunna mere pra. Yeah. Now I know for a fact the statistics are very high on the Gora end. Yeah, higher communities, the higher the statistics. Yeah. But I'm not ignoring the fact it still happens within our shit, yeah? And the thing is, I'm not saying I'm saying probably the 2% that are doing it need to be, to be stopped, because it's just going to influence and make, our generations even worse, right? And, one guy does it to one kid, that kid might think it's normal and start doing it to another kid. Do you get me? And it just get passed around. Now, I know the statistics are higher within the other Gora grooming gangs. Yeah, obviously everyone knows that, because it's 85% of them and there's only like fucking 6%, 8% of us. Yeah? And what I'm doing, the Gora community, I can't control. Yeah? I can't go to them and say, stop doing this, because they'll just fucking say, you're a tit, you, bro, go and fuck yourself. Yeah? Now, within my own community, I'm more worried about my own community. Yeah? So when I speak out, I'm only speaking out to the people that are doing wrong, not to the Pakistani people or the Sikh community that are good people, that are getting on with their lives and being a good community within our groups. Yeah? It's the ones that are wrongins that I'm after. Yeah? Now, I've said to HX many a times, bro, I'm going to come down. I haven't had the time yet, because I've been traveling around other places, just sorting my life out a little bit, because life's taking over now. And inshallah, in 2026, you'll see a different Desi everywhere. Right? Yeah. But I am going to start, like I said, my own little charity, where it's going to be about not just Muslims, Sikhs, and that. It's going to be the whole Asian community. I'll be going to every single masjid if I can, every single Pakistani centre if I can, and spreading the word that if anything like this is going on, please come to me. And you know me, guys, I'm not just going to pull out lies. Yeah? I'm going to come out with facts. I'm going to come out with video recordings. I'm going to convince the victims to talk about it. Forget what the community says.
Get me in this. I'll get you links with our masjids here, bro. No problem.
Yeah, and that's it. That's
what make sure you get me involved as well, because
we will. We'll all get involved.
I won't come in like I'm just only targeting one set of people. I'll come in across the board type of thing.
Yeah, because what I want, look, I want Luton involved. Yeah. I want Adam involved. I want a few Sikh brothers involved. So, we've got every Asian community conquered. Yeah? And that way, and what I want people to do now, look, Stop going after each of the religions. It hates me when I see people burning the Quran. It hates me when I see people saying disrespectful things to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And I'm obviously thinking it hates all the Sikhis as well when people are doing the same to them. Yeah? So the best thing to do is stop all this and let's resolve Islam's got nothing to do with this, because all the religion teaches us, every religion teaches us,
what
is
another thing
protect each other, right? And that's what we're here for.
Hey, you know, another thing that's unfortunately happened, yeah, is what we've had a lot of lies being spread, yeah? We've had a lot of lies being spread by certain communities saying that, you know, these certain communities specifically targeting our women. And then what's happened, bro, yeah, is people haven't been able to pull out the facts, bro, yeah? You have not been able to pull out the statistics. So now what's happened, bro, yeah, is even if there is a genuine case in our community, our people have already got their backs up, thinking, oh, they're chatting shit again. You know, they're talking shit about our community again. And this is another issue, bro. This is a bigger issue now. Because you've already got a group of people that already got their defense mode out already, because there's been so much shit being plastered all over the media, lies portraying that they're this, they're that, that now they've got their backs up, bro. Now they're thinking, is this real? Is this not? Like, is this just another bullshit
And the
story?
reason this government does not want to reevaluate this grooming thing is because they know if they go into this grooming thing, half of their politicians will be pulled out on it. Because as you know, a lot of politicians now are getting pulled out, putting forward, this is what they used to do. And what happens to them? They're still on the streets, roaming the streets like nothing happened. Yeah?
If they did a national inquiry across the
can I
board,
get a word in there, please?
it would be much, you'll notice that it's not exclusive to one club. Do you know what I mean? But they don't want to do a national inquiry across the board. They only want to do it for one community. And that ain't fair, because the conclusion will always be negative.
It'll always be Rangy, what
Sorry,
do you...
Rangy, come on, go. Say what you want to say, Rangy, because I'm going to shut this off now, because I'm going to go and pick up, sort out my kids as well. So, go on, Rangy.
Right, look, for 5 years I've been on the road doing what I'm doing. People, I think, instigating issues and problems amongst yourself, and that's what I'm actually seeing. So it's like they make two and two and they make up a figure themselves. One of them tried to link in with checks, what he's talking about and what I'm talking about with buddies. Now, firstly, I've been getting people coming forward from Halifax who are victims of that. And that's well before I even knew HX. So people need to get the facts right. And this is the instigating pay of our own. You need to be transparent and try to wake up. All the way through for the last 5 years, I've made it very clear, for any further clarity, come get in touch. Yet, they don't want to know. That's the reality. They don't want to know. But yet on public media, oh, we're focusing on our community. Yeah, of course. Of course you are. But look, I'm going to leave with this, right? Because I'm going to go through in detail with you offline. You know, मैं अपनी ज़बान गल कर सा कल तुहाडी किसी ने भैन ने कोई इज्जत लुटा है तेरी भरावा नहीं करे बच्चियां तुहाडी धीयां ला लवे ते तुसां क्या करसो I'm giving the example. I'm giving you a live example.
I'll happily go to jail, bro.
Even if it wasn't my fault. If it was somebody I didn't know,
Adam, calm down.
Race, I would smash that person and then go
Adam, calm down.
Adam ठहर यार तुम गरम बहुत हो ना जल्दी ठहर
ये कोई पता क्या है इसकी तकलीफ है ना मैं इसकी कदर की जाके ना कि ना सुनना चाहना ना लर्न करना चाहना हाली कहीं ना now he's use my name with part of me HX and Tommy Robinson and Miss Mohan पागल है ये क्या समझने नहीं we should be coming together. This is the whole message for the last 5 years. But you know, मैं सीधी गल है मैं तुझे मैसेज दस्या है और तुसी क्या कर सो तो मैं जो मेरी ताकत है मैं उठन लगिया मैं लड़न लगिया कला लड़न लगिया ना मेरा साथ दे लगे लेकिन पब्लिक आई जैसे तो कहीं ना कर सन गल्ला कर सन
Rose, no, he's not being racist, okay? He's speaking in our own language because there's a lot of Asian people in here as well.
Yeah.
So don't.
Yeah, so समझ नहीं है उन मेरा काम है सारे की जागने वास्ते भी उठो wake up हो साड़ी के ना बच्चे की हालत क्या होने लगी है and the government is the instigator of this of everything and I'm not going to just talk about it. I'm going to give you fact findings and actually I had somebody who's close to you sent me to you that you might be one of the people that might be okay but our own आपो के ना गलत करने लगे One Nikki Galti Jake Bazu Manuta Siasi and like you said, you've never heard of Mohan saying you didn't know neither did I. Okay.
I didn't know I'll tell you now, Adam, as well. I didn't know about Mohan Singh until when you mentioned his name, and then I did check him out, and I realized the guy's a nut
Yeah.
job. So
No, that's what I'm
he's
saying.
got some
We ate
documentation.
Nikian Chizan, Nikia Galan, but Alhamdulillah, Manu can a person brought it to my attention. The Galti me can fix kari shuriye. We can I don't help and support these kind of people because I'm not interested. I've even had people from TT's group asking me to meet up with them. This was 3 years ago. I never done it. That's the obvious because I've seen what he's been doing, how he's been doing, and it's all propaganda. Yet now our own, allegedly our own, is trying to say that I'm also that.
Rangy, who's
I'm not finished. I'm not finished, Adam. If you don't mind.
Nobody's saying that, Rangy. Nobody's saying that, bro. Nobody's saying that you're Mohan Singh.
No, मेरे भरा अब मैं उनकी से लालवी के इशू नहीं ना मैं आदम लाल issue. मैं अल्लाह की कसम I'm gonna tell you straightforward because मेरा काम है to do what I'm doing and I'm gonna keep doing it. आज मेरे ऊपर खतरा होने लगे मैं बच्चियों ऊपर खतरा होने लगे मेरी बच्ची ऊपर खतरा होने लगे एक इन टकारा मारने लगे कि talking about something else. You know when people speak up about these things you're gonna get targeted. Where's the support? Now look, in my whole Cleveland, northeast of England, everybody, not one Muslim, not one Pakistani said anything. Why? Because they know everything I'm talking about is the reality and they speak enough for what is reality. And they are happy the fact that I did. But those who don't know, instead of, look, that's why I've got it on the signs for any further clarity, please get in touch. But they don't even know that. And then they work on preconceived ideas, views of their own. I don't get it. And I'm not even going to waste my time.
Look, what I'm going to do, like I said to you, my brother, yeah, I am going to start my own charity. I've just been a bit busy doing my own thing, yeah. But I am, because this is, it's an issue that I want to hit in the bud, yeah. Get it face front, get it all sorted, yeah. And Rose, look, the reason I didn't mention Christianity, because obviously if you look at the Caucasian community, they've got their own charities going on about abuse and this and that. A majority of it is based on within the Christian community and the Caucasian community. And what I'm trying to do is build my own so I can get into my own community. My community is not just the Muslim community, Pakistani, it's the Indians, it's the Sikhs, and there's Sikhs Christians as well in there. You know, there's Indian Christians in there, there's Pakistani Christians involved in there as well. It's not to do with religion. Is to do within what's going wrong, what are the wrongs in our community and what are the rights in our community. I'm not going to want to be one of them people that are just going to point fingers at just this religion that it's got nothing to do with religion. Religion's got fuck all to do with it. I'm telling you straight, this is a man thing, a man issue, and we need to deal with it straight head on, right? And if I have to open a charity and go around and have talks, because I'm not going to go in, I'm going to go, no, I'm going to explain to the children that and the parents, if this type of thing is coming, you can come and talk to me, right? We can have a chat about it and stop hiding it, because at the end of the day, is your child more important or is it more important?
100%, bro, 100%. But there's, you know, another thing, just quickly, bro, before I go, another thing we do need to address, bro, is that the people that are using this narrative for their benefit, bro, and to, you know, for this so-called, like, okay, we keep mentioning this guy here, this Mohan Singh boy, but this guy has openly stood up in his gurdwaras and said to the people, stay away from Muslims. Stay away from Muslims.
Yeah.
Like, pushing a certain narrative to the girl that, these Sulle, they do this, they do that. Now, then you've got, on the other hand, you got Tommy Robinson, Stephen Yaxley Lennon, or we should call him his real name, This Bagarat, just because his buddy was having affairs with Apne, bro, he had an agenda as well against Apne. There's a certain agenda that they're pushing against our people, and then that's why our people are getting their backs up, bro, because
I admit, look, I've seen his videos, bro. I've seen all his videos.
They see there was a few cases in Luton, this is going back a little bit now, where this Sikh girl was going out with a Pakistani boy, normal going out, boyfriend, girlfriend thing, which is haram in the first place, but it's not illegal, bro, They were going out, they were doing their thing, bro, the boy broke up with the girl, but the girl's family had already found out about the situation, They broke up with the girl, they straight away switched it to a G case, bro. So Leonin already, this, that, rather, they took it to court. It was thrown out of court, bro, because the boy, again, like the boy was saying earlier, the boy handed his phone to the judge, bro, with the prosecution. They pulled out all the messages, bro. Because this was a relationship. And you're pushing a narrative which is very, very dangerous, bro. And this is what these people are doing. That's why our people are always got their backs up, bro. Odd Singh, yes, the Quran calls the kafir the worst. Do you know why it calls him that? Because they don't pray to God. Because they don't pray to Allah, bro. Yeah? This is why they're the worst of the creatures, bro. Yes, 100%, bro. Anyone who's going to practice...
Luton couldn't have said it any better on why we got our backs against the wall type thing. And that's exactly why I felt the way I did, Rangy, if that makes any sense. I got no problem against your campaign, but when I see Giga...
Yeah, mere pra, look, I respect him. I respect him.
I'm going to cut it short. We'll come back on later if you want to carry on talking about it, bro.
Rangy, no hard feelings, my brother. Yeah, I got no problem with your campaign. It's just the way when I've seen...
Yeah, but mere pra, the only thing I'm going to... Adam, I respect you. What I'm going to say to you is then, if you've got nothing against me, over one mistake, alhamdulillah, that you brought to my attention that I fixed, why is it that you keep bringing it up? And now you've took it to the level of joining me with Tommy Robinson. That's disturbing for me. And I'm still not going to say
my community have been given the exclusive title of G gangs. And
brother, and I've explained that to you, right? What I'm doing and what I found, which is the same wording, okay? And I've even openly spoke about this. So you want me to change the wording, right?
No,
there's a lot of things. No, I'm gonna stop for a second, my brother. You need to either learn why I'm doing what I'm doing and for the exposing that I'm doing, and then we could talk, but at least support me or do something. No point coming on TikTok and saying bits and bobs. And I'm proud and I'm happy the fact that you brought Mohan Singh into the equation, because I didn't know, and I respect you for that. But don't go...
All I'm going to say, look, brothers, my beautiful brothers, right, for the sake of Allah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to be the guy that's going to resolve all this by starting this charity. Yeah? Once I start this charity, any crisscross wires, anyone that goes, I think is targeting it in the wrong way, will not be involved. Yeah? What I'm going to do, I'm going to have a chat with Luton, I'm going to have a chat with Adam, I'm going to have a chat with Rangy, see what the best situation, and a few Sikh brothers as well, because I've got some good Sikh brothers that I can talk to, and obviously the Indian community as well. It doesn't matter what religion you come from, and we can help our own community and make it a better place for our community. That's all I want, right? So I know people might have miscommunicated certain things or put things up. That happens. We're all human. We all make mistakes, so we can't just hold it against them all the time. Yeah. So, like I said, my brothers, if the Sikh community are listening to me, please, my brothers, stop having a go at our religion and having a go at our prophet, and I will do my best to stop anyone that's disrespecting your religion and your culture as well. Yeah, because enough's enough. The thing is, at the end of the day, we all live in the same country. It doesn't happen in Pakistan. Pakistan are happy for the Sikh community to still come over and go to the Gurdwara. If they're happy with that, and then I'm seeing the Punjabis from the Indian side saying that we stick with Pakistan, then obviously the hatred is just within this British community, and it all comes from a Western source. If you think about it, it's all a Western hate. Yeah, so I'm going to leave you all to it, my brothers. Yeah, and thank you very much, Rangy, Adam, Newton. Thank you very much for coming and companion.
Rangy Kudafi's, by the way.
Anyone, if I offended you, bro, I didn't mean to. I apologize, bro. Yeah, if I
guys, I want to say the same as well to Rangy and HX. I don't hate you guys. I listening. I do question a few things, but I don't hate you guys. And forgive me.
No, it's good to have this constructive discussion. Alhamdulillah, it's good.
Yeah, I don't mind people coming out into the chats as long as we're not disrespecting each other's religion.
Yeah, don't start swearing at people's mums and sisters and dads.
Yeah.
Fine, bro.
Rangy, by Allah, the only time I've ever spoken about you is to your face over TikTok. I've never spoken outside of that box. If anything, I stuck up for you.
Look, this is why I'm saying I've got nothing against you. I fear Allah. I don't care about anything else. What I'm saying to you again is, I say it all the time on my lives, I say it on my vehicle. For any further clarity, at least learn what I'm doing. Don't prejudge. Okay? When you learn what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, then you'll understand. मैं उन अपनी इस बारे जो मैं अगर सामने तो सामने मत मसला से आवे. That ये हरता is happened. That मैं उन चुप रहूँ, it's not gonna happen. लेकिन मैं on public media मैं अपने के community की जिल्लत ना करना चाहता, मैं उन्हें बेइज्जती ना करना चाहता, because it's not our community. It's wolves. And now I'm bringing that verse in. You see, this is where it's powerful. It's wolves in sheep's clothing. These people, disguised as good people, amongst all our communities, are doing these heinous crimes. And like this, he said, 100%. We know the majority, and I'm even exposing the majority. I'm exposing the all the MPs. The last 3 weeks, I've actually took it another level where every MP now, every week, I'm releasing 50, 60 names of every one of them with the heinous crimes that they've been doing, so people know who's been really doing it.
Good,
so
bro.
I'm active in what I'm doing.
Good, mashallah, bro.
Well done,
If you need any help, bro, shout me.
But मेरे भरावा मैं ये कहने लगी मैं अपने लाल एक दूसरे नाल ना लड़ो because this is what they want. I mean, you mentioned about the Sikh community. I've got majority of the people who I know in the Sikh community are fully supporting what I'm doing. And the English community are coming together and they're supporting what I'm doing. And the Pakistanis are coming together because it's all of us. We all love our daughters. We all love our little baby boys and girls. Okay? And we need to come together. Anything else doesn't really matter. People and when you speak up, it's natural. People will try to target you. And I've been getting targeted for the last 4 years in front of everybody. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. And then you'll think, what a bakwas these people are. But it's just one of those things. But love and respect to everybody. They see things very
Rangy,
much.
I'll send you my number, Rangy. We'll have a good chat.
Yeah.
Luton, you got I'll send you my number. Tu had the number when you paid, yeah?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah. I sent. Did you send me yours? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll send you that again. I'll send you
I'm
it
gonna
again.
message you. I sent it to me. I'm gonna message you now. I'm gonna message you right
All
now.
right, and then we'll talk about all the situation and get all this resolved, bro. Because at the end of the day, we've got to make a safe place for our children, bro. And we can't let them, different communities fight with each other. They go to the same schools. We want them to study, become better people, bro. Do you get me? And make our countries better. It doesn't matter if it's India, Pakistan, or what. Yeah.